Hello, thanks for joining my lightning talk. I'm Emily, and I'll be sharing about a faculty cohort program I've led twice over the last year. If you're interested in building community around open education, I hope you leave with a richer understanding of what a faculty learning community is and how you might apply the cohort structure, what we called our faculty learning community, to your context. I work with LOUIS, the Louisiana Library Network, a statewide academic library consortium with 47 members, both public and private, and 2-year and 4-year. Within LOUIS, we have an affordable learning program where we partner with libraries and faculty around open and affordable education. In terms of working with faculty, I want to highlight some of the strategies we've been taking to educate, build awareness, and engage them around open education in order to underscore why we developed the faculty cohort program. So we had hosted and continue to host Open Education Network workshops. These are an approach where faculty are introduced to concepts of open education and can complete a review of an open textbook in their field on the Open Textbook Library. We had also invested in shared infrastructure through OER Commons by developing a LOUIS microsite to help host LOUIS Louisiana created OER and to connect faculty with OER for courses that are taught across the state, the common courses. We also now have offered multiple cycles of a course transformation program that offers awards to faculty to transition their courses to open materials through adoption, adaption, or creation of OER. And so we wanted to develop additional engagement avenues. We knew adoption is more labor intensive than exploration. And so we wanted to meet faculty where they are. Maybe they're not ready to adopt yet, but are interested in learning more about open. And we wanted to enable them to take the next step in their open educational journey while building capacity, experience with that LOUIS OER Commons microsite, and connections across the state. This brought us to the idea of a faculty learning community. This is something we'd seen employed at other higher ed institutions, and generally this is a group that meets regularly over a period of time to collaborate and discuss around a shared goal. Typically, the experience provides for reflection and shared learning. With that in mind, we designed a faculty learning community around OER. This would be not too long, one academic semester, but this length meant that we could spread out learning over a period of time, so the commitment would be moderate. Given that we hoped to engage faculty from institutions across the state, we opted for an online format. So online asynchronous independent readings and reflections, followed by online synchronous group discussions. For this, we used Zoom. We decided to center the learning community on different foundational open education related topics. And I also pulled out specific topics and themes based on the awarded applicants' proposals so that the content would resonate and respond to their specific interests and priorities. I developed some new materials for this, but generally I tried to make use of existing OER by adopting or adapting them and having those be the materials that we worked through. We did offer an incentive for participation of $1,000. In addition to participation, we developed a couple of very clearly defined deliverables that aligned with priorities that we had at LOUIS. Participants would provide peer reviews of materials. These materials would be related to their discipline or course and on the LOUIS OER Commons microsite, and the peer reviews would also go on that microsite. And then we also had participants create a sample syllabus using OER for a course that they teach. This would also be hosted on the microsite. The goal here was to get them thinking about what adoption might look like in terms of their course and their student learning outcomes, and to also provide others with a pathway to adoption for that course using open materials if they were interested in exploring that. So here you can find our call for proposals and other relevant materials, lewislibraries.org/a learning law/projects/cohort. Feel free to pause if you want to jot that down. I'm going to highlight some of the specific tools and structures of our faculty cohort program that you might adapt to your context. On that page in the call for proposals, you'll find the brief application. We asked for some general details about who the applicant was, where and what they taught, enrollment, materials that they currently use. And then we had a couple of short answer questions to learn about their interest in OER and in participation in a faculty learning community, what they hoped to gain from this experience, and what they might contribute to it to make it fruitful for both themselves and others. We also used a rubric to score applications, and that's included in that call for proposals. Also on that page, you'll find a sample syllabus where you'll see how we structured content. We did a 2-week block structure. Each of those 2-week blocks had learning outcomes, associated activities, readings, and reflections, and then concluded with a face-to-face meeting. So we've so far held 2 cycles of this faculty cohort program. And like I said, both made use of existing OER for the readings. The second experience, though, centered on this really excellent text by Abby Elder and Stacy Katz, the OER Starter Kit workbook. This book has 5 sections: getting started, copyright, finding OER, teaching with OER, and creating OER. And the faculty participants in our cohort program responded really well to this text. It was tremendously helpful for them to work through it and build foundational knowledge. Abby Elder and Stacy Katz, through that starter kit, have also provided worksheets for instructors who want to practice their skills that they need to confidently find, use, or even create OER. And I used or adapted some of these worksheets in the reflection activities that the cohort participants engaged in on their own. To promote this work, we captured highlights from cohort participant proposals and shared those on social media. Here are a couple of our participants from the first 2 cycles of our faculty cohort program. Overall, this has been a really positive experience for us at Lewis in terms of building capacity and community. Participants have gone on to adopt OER on their own to pilot titles that they reviewed in their courses, or they've also gone on to participate in some of the other programs that we have. So they're continuing to move their OER journey forward. I think they also enjoyed meeting folks from around the state and sharing and learning together. Given all this, we hope to offer a 3rd cycle of this faculty cohort program in 2021. So I hope this gave you a better understanding of what a faculty learning community is and some ideas for how you might implement it in your context around open education. Thanks for watching. Feel free to get in touch.